Some people think going through too much makes a person weak, cold, or damaged. But psychology tells a different story. When someone has carried pain, pressure, loneliness, or responsibility for a long time, it can shape rare strengths that many people never develop. These strengths do not erase the hard things you went through, but they do explain why some people become deeply aware, emotionally strong, and quietly powerful after surviving difficult seasons. If life has tested you more than once, this might be why you see the world differently now. The first rare strength is emotional depth. Research in psychology shows that people who have been through intense experiences often become more sensitive to other people's feelings, not in a fragile way, but in a deeply aware way. They notice tone changes, silence, facial expressions, and hidden pain that others overlook. That can come from having to read the room carefully just to feel safe. For example, someone who grew up around tension may now instantly sense when a friend is pretending to be okay. They may not even need words to understand what is going on. This is a strength because it makes them compassionate, intuitive, and emotionally intelligent. What once felt like survival becomes a powerful gift, the ability to understand people beneath the surface. The second rare strength is resilience. Psychology shows that people who face repeated challenges often develop stronger coping skills over time. This does not mean they enjoyed the pain. It means they learned how to keep moving even when things were heavy. Someone who has been through too much usually knows how to function when life feels uncertain. They may not panic as quickly, and they may not need everything to be perfect before taking action. For example, while others may fall apart over a small setback, this person has already survived bigger storms. They know that hard moments pass. They know that they have endured before, and they can endure again. That kind of inner strength is not loud, but it is powerful. It is the strength of someone who has learned how to stand back up without needing applause. The third rare strength is independence. Research on adversity often shows that people who had to rely on themselves early in life can develop a strong sense of self-reliance. Sometimes this comes from having to grow up too fast, emotionally or practically. They learned how to solve problems, make decisions, and keep going without constant support. At first, this may feel lonely, but over time, it can become a real advantage. These people often know how to think clearly under pressure. They do not crumble when life asks them to handle things alone. For example, they may be the one who quietly figures out the plan, handles the emergency, or keeps the family steady when everything feels uncertain. Their independence is not about shutting people out. It is about knowing deep down that they can survive on their own if they need to. That kind of confidence can take years to build, and once it is there, it is very hard to break. The fourth rare strength is a strong sense of authenticity. Psychology shows that people who have gone through a lot often lose interest in pretending. They become more honest, more direct, and more clear about what matters. When life has already stripped away illusions, fake happiness feels exhausting. So they stop chasing approval from everyone. They start valuing truth over appearances. For example, while some people are busy trying to impress others, this person would rather have one real conversation than 10 shallow ones. They are not trying to be liked by everyone. They are trying to be real. That is a rare strength because authenticity creates trust. People feel safer around someone who is genuine. And often, the people who have suffered the most are the ones who become the most real because they no longer have energy for anything fake. The fifth rare strength is quiet confidence. Research suggests that people who have survived difficult emotional experiences often stop needing constant validation. They may still have doubts, like anyone else, but they usually develop a deeper confidence that does not depend on outside praise. This confidence is quiet because it is built from experience, not image. It comes from knowing, I have been through hard things, and I am still here. For example, this is the person who may not speak the loudest in the room, but when they do speak, people listen. They do not need to announce their worth because they have lived it. They have seen what they can survive. They have learned what they stand for. That makes their confidence calm, grounded, and unshakable in a way that many people never reach. And there is one more thing that often grows out of pain: a deeper appreciation for what truly matters. Psychology shows that hardship can shift people's values. After going through too much, many people stop caring about status, gossip, or shallow success. They begin to value peace, loyalty, honesty, meaningful connection, and emotional safety much more. That shift is a strength because it helps them build a better life, not just a busier one. They know the difference between what looks good and what actually feels good. They understand that peace is rare. They understand that real love is rare. They understand that being emotionally safe is rare. And once someone has learned that, they stop wasting energy on things that do not feed their soul. So if you have been through too much, please hear this clearly. You are not just carrying pain. You are also carrying strength that was built in difficult conditions. Some of your softness is actually wisdom. Some of your caution is actually awareness. Some of your distance is actually self-protection. Some of your silence is actually deep understanding. The things that once made you feel different may be the exact things that made you stronger. You may not always see these strengths in yourself, especially if you are still healing, but they are there, in the way you notice what others miss, in the way you keep going when no one sees it, in the way you protect your peace now, in the way you no longer accept empty words, in the way you have learned to survive, reflect, and grow. That is not weakness. That is rare strength. If this spoke to you, remember that your past does not only describe what hurt you, it also reveals what you have become. And if you want more calm, insightful psychology videos about personality, healing, and hidden traits, subscribe now for more.